Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash and see if we'd let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Tried to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to Sim 500 WCIParts.com Truck Series, race number 4, where we've had 3 different winners so far this year. Scott Stencil, a few weeks ago at the Auto Club Speedway, taking home the King Taco 150, and then it was Trey Edison who won the Bosch's 200K at Phoenix, and then last Wednesday night, Stevie Minson picking up the DC Solar 150 win. But tonight, can we see a 4th different winner or a possible repeat at the Camping World 125 at Dover? The Monster Mile, as most folks call it, a race presented to you by Yellow Flag TV. I'm your host, Michael Keaton, and Pedro Mega down in the broadcasting studios pushing every single button on that keyboard. And again, tonight, Dover International Speedway, one of the toughest tracks to tame. It's the Monster Mile. And last week, let's just go straight to it. The top 5, great race last week. Stevie Minson just leading 7 laps, but it was the one that counted in the end, and he wins the race. J.D. Laird would be dominating the entire race, pretty much 65 laps led. He will go on to finish 2nd. Chad Coleman would finish 3rd, Brian Day 4th, and Brandon Traburco would finish in the top 5 there. Point standings, 4 races into the Truck Series here, is a little shaky. We've got Brandon Traburco on top of that leaderboard in 1st. Chad Coleman 2nd. By the way, both of those drivers not winning a race yet. J.D. Laird as well joining that mix. Scott Stencil would be the first to win his race. He's in 3rd. E.J. O'Rourke is in 5th. So we got a 2-way tie for 3rd there. All right, Dover Speedway, located in Dover, Delaware. Qualifying underway. So far, 22.371 is the quickest in qualifying. I don't think anyone turned a faster time during practice, seeing some 22.4s during the practice runs. 22.3s on the board now in qualifying. Taking a look at the schedule next week, July 5th, one day after July 4th, we'll have the Crown Royal presentation of the Robin Zander 200, which of course is 75 laps at the high banks of the Alabama biggest super speedway in motorsports, Talladega. And then, surprise, surprise, July 12th, one of the best events. You cannot miss it. Racer or watcher, Eldora Speedway, 75 laps on the dirt with the trucks. That is going to be fun to watch. Very entertaining on the dirt. Qualifying is now complete. 20 drivers taking a time in qualifying. 31 total for tonight's race. Some heavy hitters in here as well. Truck starting the grid, Dover Speedway, sponsored by WCIParts.com. It's the Camping World 125, 125 laps tonight. Drivers are turning 22-second lap times, 22.3s quickest in qualifying, 22.4s, 5 and 6s during practice for the most average person out here tonight. Should see some really good racing. 1 mile racetrack, exactly 1 mile, and it is a tough one. I was taking a look during the practice tonight, and everybody, for the most part, looking good. Field begins to roll off a pit road. Fastest driver tonight is Trey Edson, the number 36 machine. Outside him is the 33 truck of Brian Day. Second row, Larry Pace and Junior Barramora. Chris Gervue, Joe Hudson next row. Scott Formosa, Louis Robinette. Justin Weaver in the 29 truck starts in the inside. Scott Stencil on the outside of him. Jeremy Pate, Patrick Colby next row. Jay Horton, Chad Coleman. Jimmy Horth in the 84 truck. Joey Jatina lining up 16th. 17th belongs to Doug Sigmund, and Casey Duncan is 18th. And last to take time here, Bobby Wetzel and Stevie Minson will round out your top 10. Of course, Stevie Minson, last week's winner. Field in turn 3 and 4, a pace car. Gonna take his turn down pit road and get this thing fired up and going green. The smallsponsor.com Silverado of Trey Edson takes us to the green flag here at Dover Speedway. Enjoy the sounds going off into turn 1 here. Everybody coming safely off of 1 and 2 there. Go off into 4 now. The leader single file out front. Top 10, in fact, single file all the way back. Fast racetrack, by the way. Completed just 1 lap, just in a matter of 22 seconds. And we've got them single filed out front here. Take us back here to 5th spot where we got Junior Barramoa here, Alpha turn 4. He's got the Scott Formosa machine right behind him. Is real close up tight underneath his back bumper there. Going through the corners here. Scott Formosa trying to work him there to crack his top 5 spot. There he goes underneath, looking. Now this track's going to be tough to pass at if I would have to imagine. Now Scott Formosa makes it look easy as he goes up underneath Junior there. Off of 4 though, Justin Weaver. Looking to make a position change, but 71 says, hey, I'll take it. That's Jeremy Pate as he switches over 8 to 7. Looking further back in the pack here. Joe Hudson, driver of the 12 Wholesale Controls International Silverado. Back in 12th spot, he's got Jimmy North behind him. 4 laps in, we're still green flag racing. Battle for second up front. That's Larry Pace getting by the 33 machine of Brian Day. He'll make the pass and set his eyes on the leader, Trey Edson. Back here, Stevie Minson. Let's take a look, Joey. Pedro, excuse me, Joey. Let's take a look back here with Stevie Minson, position 18. He's up underneath the 06 truck of Doug Sigmund. Give you an idea of exactly what it's like to try to make a pass here. He's now Doug Simmons got the 42 machine up under him. That's David Comstock, driver of the Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated Silverado. He'll make the pass too. And now Brandon Schaberko looking. So, man, you get up tight. Oh, into the wall is the 06 truck. Doug Sigmund banks it off the wall there. Does a great job of saving it. Lead change. Larry Pace, your new leader. So Trey will have to give it up, at least momentarily. Brian Day is third, Chris Scabu fourth, and Scott Formosa is your top five. Went back to look at that pass there for the lead, and looks like Larry Pace just was able to out-muscle Trey, coming off a 2 there and went into 3 and 4 and made that pass. Not an easy thing to do here at Dover. 9 times out of 10, you can either just give them the old bump and run in the corner, or stick it in there deep and hard, and hopefully your truck can stick and make the pass. And Larry Pace has done that, and he has checked out at least about 5 truck lengths ahead of second place Trey Edson. Pedro, take us back here to 10th spot. Jay Horton battling it out with the Scott Stencil truck, number 24. Good looking machine there. Up front, top position change. Chris Scabu giving up 4th position to Jeremy Pate. So move the 71 truck into the top 5 tonight. Also, Scabu getting passed by Formosa, so move him back up 1. Caution free so far. I got a stack of trucks back here in 20th spot. Doy Woods is leading this second pack, if you will. He's got Doug Sigmund, Mike Kelly, Milt Matisse, and Bobby Wetzel all behind him. In fact, 2 wide off of 4 there. Doug Sigmund giving up 2-3 spots there. The 85 Milt getting by him. And now he's pushing up the track and allowed Bobby Wetzel to bring that Ty Dawn machine underneath him for the pass. Bobby Wetzel started 19th position. Has found himself 5 spots removed back in 24th. As Milt Matisse just ahead of him has got Mike Kelly all in his line of sight. Let's ride on board with Milt Matisse as he makes the pass there underneath Mike Kelly. Let's see if he can catch up to Mr. Woods there. Doy running a 23.264 to Milt's 236, so Milt's a little bit quicker. Off of 4 there, you get a good idea of what it looks like. The sunset looks beautiful here at Dover. Beautiful views there. Off of 4, we've got a stack of cars again. Pedro, off of 4 coming into 1 now. The 42 machine of David Comstock up underneath the JDRgraphics.com machine of Chad Coleman and his Toyota. As Coleman will lose about 3 spots. Seems like if you get past, you're going to lose at least 2-3 spots. There is no outside line here. Just up ahead of them, Patrick Colby up underneath the Haviland machine of Louis Robinette for 13th spot. Stevie Minson giving him a little push coming off into turn 3. They'll go side by side momentarily as Mr. Robinette struggling. Still side by side, though, is Stevie Minson in the 52 of Patrick Colby. Off 3, Colby into the outside wall. 42 goes by. 20 goes by. Joey Jatina looking to get by. Not yet. 52 shuts the door. No changes up front. Larry Pace still continuing to lead this race. Trey Edson about 10 car lengths behind him. Brian Day's third. Jeremy Pate fourth. Chris Gerbu is fifth. Sixth belongs to Junior Barrymora, Scott Formosa, Justin Weaver. Ninth is Jay Horton and Scott Stencil. Rounds out your top 10 currently. So far, man on the mission is Jeremy Pate, qualified 11th, up to 4th spot right now. Also, Stevie Minson, one of the hard drivers as it stands, started 20th. He's up to 13th. Up in 5th spot, Chris Gerbu, under fire by the 82 machine. Junior looks underneath, thinks better of it. He'll get back behind him for now. Pass going on behind them. Justin Weaver takes over 7th from Scott Formosa as they rocket down the front stretch here at Dover. 150 miles an hour into turn 1 there, and about 170 into turn 3. Junior still look up underneath Chris Gerbu for that. Oh, as he hits the outside wall there. Seen a lot of that tonight so far. Nothing too devastating, but man, I guess that's why they call it the Monster Mile. That monster reaches out and grabs you. All right, getting a little testy up front. Trey Edson back into the mix, into the top spot. Larry Pace getting a handful of it. Off of 4 here. 28 laps complete. Trey Edson, we're watching him. Smallsponsor.com Chevy. Good looking machine there, trying to find the lead. He led a few laps. He started on the pole. Off of 4 here. Edson looking. He's also got Brian Day all over the back of him. A 3-car tandem stack up here for the top 3. Brian Day looking underneath. He'll take the pass. Brian underneath Trey Edson for 2nd. Let's see if Brian can chase down Larry Pace and get around him. Lap traffic coming up ahead. The first car, it is Mike Ramos. He's about a full turn away, 2 turns away from leader Larry Pace. Larry Pace, leader, off into turn 1 here. Got Brian Day behind him. Edson now looking underneath Day. Thinks better of it, checks up, stays in line. And these leaders are going to have a whole stack of cars. Trucks. I said cars one time tonight. Trucks in front of them. So that's going to be fun to watch unfold. Dover racing at its finest here. 1 car down on pit road smoking is the Bobby Wetzel machine. Heavy extensive damage to the back end of that car. Truck. Looks like he got a little help getting into the wall there. No caution. Battle for the lead again. Brian Day makes his way under Pace for the lead. Off 4, 36 truck. Trey Edson makes the pass on Larry. Back to 3rd he goes. Louis Robinette getting down and out of the way in a hurry for the leaders there as they go by off of 4 here. Lap traffic ahead, Mike Ramos. Let's see what he does here. He looks like he's going to stay high. Off of 2 is going to bind up Larry Pace there, and he'll lose a few tenths there. But your leader is Mr. Brian Day out there in that Toyota Tundra, looking pretty sharp. He'll lead another lap. 36 laps into the books. Tonight's race scheduled for 125 laps. And that is 125 miles as well. Pedro just handed me the note. I get it, Pedro. 125 miles is 125 laps because we're at a mile track. Brian Day still your race leader. Back here at 15th, though, Pedro Milt Matisse has Doy Woods up underneath him for that spot. He's also got Mike Kelly in the mix, so a little 3-car triangle, love triangle right here is the Tonka machine of Mike Kelly working underneath the 85. Off of 2, Milt Matisse. On the outside in the red, the yellow belongs to Mike Kelly off into 3. This is the battle for 16th spot. Up ahead is Doy Woods. Dover racing at its finest. We got 2 down on pit road. Brandon Chaburko and Jeremy Pate. I would assume this is green flag scheduled pit stops. Joe Hudson, meanwhile, in the 18th position. Truck 12 blowing up. Smoke. Heavy smoke coming out beneath the hood. As Joe Hudson's night could be finished here at the Monster Mile. The Monster takes another. And as they're doing some green flag scheduled pit stops, we'll have a guest speaker up in the booth with me momentarily. See if we can get this thing going. Yeah, climb on up into the booth, Amber. Amber, we're at Dover International Speedway. Have you been to Dover before?
No, I can't say that I have, Michael.
Of course, Amber is my wife. She just walked in the room and I hit her up with getting into the broadcast here. You like a little bit of racing, don't you, Amber?
Oh, yeah, I like racing.
Just a little bit?
I have to hear it on this every, Monday?
Monday, Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yep. As long as Joey will have us, right?
That's right.
Yep. Amber, Dover International Speedway is a mile racetrack, 160 miles an hour into the corners. You ever been inside of a Silverado before? Or a Toyota Tundra?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we own one.
There you have it, folks. Amber in the booth with us tonight as a guest commentator. I wish I could get her to call a race. That'd be great. Oh boy. I'm sure I'll get that tonight. So, 15th spot, Pedro. We got a gaggle of trucks off the corner here. Patrick Colby into the outside wall. Brian Day is the leader, trying to get around him, and he does. Also brings Casey Duncan with him and Trey Edson. 14 drivers, by the way, folks, on the lead lap. Green flag scheduled pit stops taking place. Back here, 26th spot, Brian Wortman. Let's get a good look at his truck going off into turn 4, looking at Jose Gonzalez just ahead of him. Fresh tires, by the way, for Mr. Brian Wortman. 2 laps down, had some trouble on pit road. Trying to battle it back. He'll go up underneath the 26 truck. That's Jose. Oh, as Brian gets loose. Trying to make the pass. Loosey-goosey. Now the 49 truck upside of him. Clayton Lauren. That battle is for position, folks. The 89 truck and the 49 truck now works underneath Jose Gonzalez. Jose in 10th spot on the lead lap, still yet to pit. Now Brian gets around him safely this time. Whole gaggle of cars off 4, 12th spot. Patrick Colby. He'll survive that. There's a couple of fast trucks ahead of him. Boy, was Scott Stencil flying through that turn. He sets his sights on the Justin Weaver machine in 4th spot. Bumps him. I love it. Scott Stencil giving the old Greasley truck a shove. And he'll get washed up track here in 1 as the 96 machine of Stevie Minson goes by him. Let's see if Scott Stencil pays him back. Man. Off 4 there. Go! Truck gets tight. Scott Stencil nearly into the fence. Oh, big wreck. 30 machine into the outside wall. Caution.
How are you doing there,
Big wreck, 38, the outside wall up, position 25. Looks like he's going to get a little help from Bobby Wetzel. But Wetzel's defense, it looks like the 30 truck just kind of ever so slightly bounced it off that wall into 3. Kind of pushed him down the track, and the rest is history. Stevie Minson involved in that. I tell you what, Pedro, if you can get a in-car view of Joey Jatina missing that crash, wow. He had a good look at that wreck. Oh yeah, smoke everywhere. So that'll shake some stuff up. Looks like Brian Day is still being shown the race leader. Top 10 have yet to pit. Gonna catch a big break there and trap a lot of drivers down a lap, depending on what happens here. See if we can bring old Joey Jatina up here in the booth with us and tell us what it was like to see that accident. Hey Joey, Mike up in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey Mike, got a copy.
Joey, me and Pedro just seen it. The wreck happened right in front of your view. Tell us what that was like. Smoke everywhere.
Yeah, I needed that to happen a little earlier. I followed the 12 into the wall a while ago, and then I missed pit road and sat here 2 laps down. I was actually amazed when I realized I'm 2 laps down. I thought that caution was going to give me the lucky dog, but I don't know. We got lucky to not get any more damage, but still in a bad position for the 14.
Yeah, right now 2 laps down, like you said. Joey, we had a guest up in the booth with us tonight. You want to take a wild guess at who that might have been?
I had no idea.
I'll give you a hint. I put a what do you call it? Put a ring on it.
I'm still lost.
I actually Amber walked in. Amber walked up into the booth and we got her on for a few seconds.
That's great.
Yeah, I say it was a few seconds, right, Pedro?
Well, we pay her the money anyway, so it's good to have her finally on air with us.
Yeah, I know she's probably going to try to eat it all up. But yeah, right now you're sitting in 25th now, Joey. Still got a long way to go. Not halfway there yet. You going to be able to get back on this lead lap?
I think so. I mean, at least I hope so. We're going to take the wave around and be back 1 lap down. It's been somewhat of a clean race. A lot of grip out of here. You know, you want to take care of these tires. I didn't do a really good job of that earlier. I felt like Superman, and then it was it was horrible going backwards. I can put it to you that way when the tires finally caught up to us. But I don't know. Hopefully, cautions, precautions. We at least need one more to get back in this race.
Keep her clean out there, Joey. Good luck.
Thanks.
Of course, Joey Jatina, part of the Sim 500 infrastructure, as he was able to get 1 lap back. Meanwhile, leader up front, Brian Day, Trey Edson, Dave Comstock, Junior Bara Burma. Is that right, Pedro? Is that Junior Barama? Good looking truck he's got there. His pace car, second time tonight, takes us to the green. Brian Day out front.
Green flag.
And they immediately get single file as they go off into 1 there. Now David Comstock's got a driver up underneath him. That's Jose Gonzalez. Look at him putting the pedal to the metal here off of 2. Gosh, and he makes that pass. Makes it look easy. So a position change there from 4th to 5th. David Comstock goes. One caution, by the way, tonight, folks, involved 2 drivers. Bobby Wetzel, one of the drivers, and Louis Robinette, the second. Trey Edson, by the way, in second. Looking for the lead on Brian Day off of turn 4 here. He's about half a truck length behind him. All the way back here, Pedro, to 18th spot, Mike Kelly, Brandon Chaburko on the outside of him, side by side, coming off of turn 2. Now the 85 of Milt Matisse puts his truck into the mix. 3 wide nearly in the backstretch. Single file now. Make that double file coming off of turn 4. 2 trucks, 2 deep. 2 rows deep here. That's not easy, folks, here at Dover. That corner, that wall comes off that corner very quick. We've seen a lot of drivers eat that outside wall tonight. Pedro, and some of them have been very lucky with not spinning out. Mike Kelly, by the way, able to make the pass on Brandon Chaburko and those guys. Chad Coleman, meanwhile, spinning off turn 2 into the inside wall. Looks like Scott Stensel getting into him, but I think Coleman got a little loose. Now he's got some left rear damage, left front damage. Truck doesn't look like it's handling the greatest. We're over halfway home. We're going to take our first commercial break. You're watching race number 4, the Sim 500 WCI Parts.com Truck Series, the Camping World 125 at Dover, the Monster Mile. We'll be back.
Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash and see if we'd let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Back live here, and leader still out front. Brian Day, Trey Edson, right behind him, and Junior Baba Baran third, Jose Gonzalez fourth, David Comstock fifth, and you couldn't put another truck between the top 5. They are all over each other. Lap 70 coming to be completed this time by leader Brian Day, still advantaging. It's like Edson's just kind of stuck behind him right now. Watch the old shove, though. The old monster shove coming up. Tell you what, let's ride on board with Trey, Pedro. Get a good looking Brian Day and see what that's like to be behind the wheel. I know I couldn't do it. I mean, yeah, on board with him now. Trey Edson he is all over the back bumper of Day at Dover. I mean, and he's got Junior right behind him. I mean, you know, he's like the hot dog between the buns, you know, the cheese on the meat between the bread. Rear view mirrors full, front windows full. All over him. And he's touching him there, folks. When you see that, when you see him get that close, he's touching him. He's pushing him through the corners at Dover. These guys out front turning 23.1s off of corner number 2, down the backstretch. Looking underneath. Trey Edson. Put a little nose underneath to let Brian Day know he's there. I think Brian knows you're there, Trey. Back here in 17th spot, Mike Ramos in 16th spot. Doy Woods battling it out really hard. They've got Brandon Traberco behind them, Pedro. We got a 3-car race right here. Jay Horton also in the mix. Hard racing by those guys. Brandon Traberco looking up underneath the 69 machine off of turn 4 here. Let's see it. Oh, they'll touch. Rubbins Racing, baby. Brandon going to fall victim now to Mr. Lauren on the outside. Driving that Falcon Toyota off of 2. He'll make the pass. Now he'll set his sights on Mike Ramos just ahead for position. Ducking underneath him. Into 3. Looking for the pass. Feathering the throttle at Dover. Off 4. He'll make 2 position changes in half a lap. That's what I'm talking about. No change up front. The man is still Brian Day. Trey Edson all over the back rear bumper. Junior third. Jose Gonzalez fourth. David Comstock fifth. By the way, folks, two of the drivers right now in the top 5, Jose Gonzalez going from 28 to 4th as of right now. Up to 4th. That's as high as he's been tonight. 4th place. And David Comstock from 21st to 5th. Battle for the lead. Up underneath. Trey Edson. No. Brian Day denies him off 4. Not today. 80 laps complete. Junior under fire from Jose Gonzalez for 3rd. Jose backs out. Off of 2, Trey Edson looking underneath, fires it back up top. He'll just ride for now. It's hard to know when these guys are going to make a pass. Tough to make a pass here. We've seen some passing tonight. We've seen some lead changes. Trey Edson trying to make a lead change now. Just waiting for Brian Day to possibly overshoot the corner here, drive it in too hard, wash up, that sort of thing. Looking back through the field, I'm just kind of scanning here, Pedro. Single file, no side-by-side racing. The only the closest racing is the top 5 here. It's insane. They are nose to tail the past 10, 15 laps. I mean, just all over each other. I mean, you can't stick a cat whisker. You like that? A whisker? Pedro, you can't stick a whisker between the two leaders here. Trey Edson and Brian Day just all over each other. It's like some green flag scheduled pit stops taking place. Scott Formosa exiting pit road. Got another driver on pit road now. Yeah, Joey Jatina. So the leaders will have to pit. At least one more time, I suspect. This is going to shake some things out here. Brian Day has traffic ahead. Chad Coleman. Let's see how he maneuvers this. Off of turn 2, it's going to get tight. Coleman to the outside. Day goes to the bottom. Oh! Nearly touching him is Trey Edson. That's Coleman trying to get out of the way there. Whew. That got tight. Yeah, that got tight. Junior making his pass underneath Coleman. Now Jose Gonzalez making his way around him. Comstock as well. So the top 5 get by pretty much safely. A little scare for Brian Day and Trey Edson, though, the leaders. As Mike Ramos brings his Silverado down pit road to pit. A slow 35 miles an hour pit speed, too, by the way. That's definitely slow. 12th spot, battling it out. Oh, yeah, Jose. Yeah, Jose taking over that spot, and David Comstock follows in pursuit as the shakeup there. 90 laps complete. So they make 35 to go. 35 laps. Leaders still yet to pit. In fact, the top 8 have not pitted yet. Everybody else has come down for their last stop tonight. First and second, somehow or another, are still somewhat nose to tail. Trey Edson trying to find the lead. Larry Pace pitting. He is shown in 8th spot. So he'll be one of the first to come down that's currently on the lead lap. Larry Pace coming off of pit road. He'll exit onto the backstretch. Clayton Lauren down on pit road. Still green flag scheduled pit stops. Still waiting on the leaders, Brian Day and Trey Edson, to come down. David Comstock and Jose Gonzalez as well. Junior in 5th. He's yet to pit. Brian Workman down the road. He's in 14th. Jeremy Pate pitting. He's in 13th spot. Keep your eyes out on Brian Day, though. Pedro and Edson here. The top 2. Edson's kind of backed off of him for now. I'm thinking that he's trying to give himself a little bit of room in case Brian Day darts down pit road at a moment's notice, that he's able to not run into the back of him. Scott Stencil, though, is like, hey, I'm not waiting up. He's all over the back door of Edson. Somewhat fresher tires, though. Up. Yep, Trey Edson down on pit road. That was your second place driver. Going back, checking speed. He got in. Whoa. He might have got in a little fast. Brian Day now, your leader pitting. Oh! Brian Day. Check that. Not going to be able to pit this time, bye. Still out on the racetrack. Still being shown in second. Jose Gonzalez is going to take over that number 1 spot. Laps are winding down here. Jose Gonzalez, one of the drivers that's known to try to stretch fuel out. I'd be tempted to see if Jose tries to go the rest of the way on his fuel. He always seems to try to do that. But he did what? Yeah. Right. So he tries to stretch that fuel out that's not there. Brian Day now on pit road safely. Right side's going up. Right sides only for Brian Day. Maybe the slip up made him decide to do just right sides only. We'll see if it pays off for him. Current leader, Jose Gonzalez, 26 truck. Mike Kelly pitting. And 5 laps complete, so 20 laps to go. Top 4 have not pitted: Jose Gonzalez, Justin Weaver Jr., and Casey Duncan. All have yet to pit. Jose last pitted, by the way, on lap 58. And so it's been a minute. One caution. No, was it 2 cautions, Pedro? 1 caution, yeah. 1 caution, folks, by the way, tonight. That is, on a track like the Monster Mile, that is just shows you the character for number 1, in my opinion, and the respect that these drivers have for one another, giving everybody room, and just having fun. But also just shows you how good these guys are. I mean, 1 caution, you know, and that really could have been a 0. It was just a 2-car wreck, and one guy just kind of spun. Milt Matisse coming off pit road for his stop. I might have been stopped too for him, a short pit there for whatever reason. I'm still waiting on that 26 truck to come down pit road. As the leader lets Scott Formosa, a lap driver, go on by. Now Milt Matisse underneath him as well. ...111 laps complete. Closing in on the final few. Casey Duncan being shown 4th. He's 21 seconds behind the leader. And Trey Edson would be your 5th place driver, 1 lap down, and Brian Day would be 6th, 1 lap down. Jose Gonzalez has Joey Patina on the outside of him. He's some lap traffic ahead. Let's see if he can maneuver this. He'll have Patrick Colby passing the 17 truck ahead of him. That's Casey Duncan in 4th. So Casey's lead lap threatening to go down here. Justin Weaver is in 2nd. And he's all over Jose. Off into 3 here. Casey Duncan, 4th place driver, now going down a lap. So make that 3-0, and Casey Duncan's going to hit the wall and come down, and caution's out.
Talk to me, good footing up.
Justin Weaver, innocent bystander. God. That's going to create a mad dash to the finish. Casey Duncan in the 17 truck. Off of 4 there, letting Jose go by, just ran out of real estate. And boy, did Did he pay the price? Justin Weaver paid the price. Caution out. That's caution number 2. Nothing you can do there when that wall reaches out and just grabs you. Yep, 3 cars on the lead lap. Jose and Junior, but Justin Weaver has a really banged up truck. So 2 drivers basically here on the lead lap. Now, I would imagine Jose and Junior is going to come down pit road. And they are down pit road. And I would imagine 4 tire stop for them as well. And 4 tires it is. Jose Gonzalez left side's going up, down, and he's out and away. As the rest of the field is trapped behind the pace car as it stands. But they're back on the lead lap, but gotta probably pit if they want any chance. $125 laps scheduled, so we'll have one last green flag run. That'll be it. We'll have one shot at this. Somehow or another, Jose Gonzalez has Trey Edson behind him and Junior in between him. So we'll see how this all shakes out as we get the one to go. Oh, here comes Edson coming down pit road here, obviously, to pit. Yeah, got to. No choice. He took right sides only. Yeah. Yep. Next time by, we should get the one to go. You'll see all these guys playing catch up as they get the way around. Well, I don't know. Casey Duncan, after destroying the outside wall, is still out on the track. So he's going to trap these guys that are behind him. Okay, he's coming down pit road here. Maybe that was to lead a lap. I don't know. He's... All right, there you go. Revving the trucks up to try to speed up to get around the pace car and back in line as multiple cars going by. Brian Day going by. You know, none of these guys will have time to pit. David Comstock going by. The lucky one was Trey Edson. And I have no idea how he did it. Jose Gonzalez will be... caution back out. We're going to go one more time around. So that might allow... No, Brian Day's not going to come down pit road. I figured that would allow some of these drivers to come down to a short pit real quick, Pedro, but no one really taking advantage of that. That extra lap of caution there. So we've got Jose Gonzalez Jr., Trey Edson, Brian Day, David Comstock, Larry Pace, Chris Gabu. Top 7 on the lead lap. 8th on back is at least a lap down. And this is it, folks. Caution currently out for the last time tonight for sure. Was it 5 laps to go this time? 4 laps to go this time, by? 4 laps to go. Pace car down. Off of 4. Jose bringing us to the green. God, he gets a heck of a start and leads the field sitting in the dust. The top 3 out to a great start, though. Off into 1 and 2 here. Jose Gonzalez leading the race. Edson right behind him. Junior third. Right behind Edson. Off into turn 3. It's anybody's race. 3 laps to go. Truck's now up to full speed. Into turns 1. 172 miles an hour. Junior hits it in third. And looks like caution is out. And that will be for the final time tonight. And that'll do it. Trying to go back and see what happened here. Oh, 49 truck. Off of 4 there. Gets 3 wide up into the 89, into the 42. 89 is Brian Wertman. Just nowhere to go there. Hot dog between the buns. And the caution flies. And Jose Gonzalez is going to wrap his first win into the winning column in the WCIparts.com Truck Series. 4 different winners. Scott Stensel, Trey Edson, Stevie Minson, and Jose Gonzalez unofficially. Trey Edson just couldn't get it done. And boy, did he dominate at Phoenix when he won his race. 84 laps led. He put on a clinic under the hot sun of Phoenix. But Jose Gonzalez getting it done tonight. White flag in the air. Just to round out the top 10 here, Junior would finish third. Of course, Trey second. Brian Day fourth. David Comstock would finish fifth after qualifying 21st, so he'll win the award of taking the most victims. 6th spot was Larry Pace, Chris Gabreu 7th. 8th was Jeremy Pate. 9th, Mike Kelly. And 10th was Casey Duncan. Race number 4, officially in the books, as Jose Gonzalez crosses the line for the final time tonight. He'll get the bump from Trey Edson. Junior pulls up kind of beside him there for just a second, throws his hand out the window. Those 3 drivers put on a show for us tonight. Folks, we'll be right back for the post-race interviews of the top 3 drivers. Race number 4, the Sim 500 WCIparts.com Truck Series. You're watching Yellow Flag TV. We'll be right back.
trying to... Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash and see if we'd let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Fans, and welcome back where race number 4 is officially in the books of the Sim 500 WCIparts.com Truck Series. Tonight's race was the 125 laps Camping World Monster Mile at Dover, and the winner, Jose Gonzalez, takes it home. Trey Edson in second, and Mr. Junior in third. And let's go right down here to the translator right here, Pedro. Junior, you put on quite a show, man. Top 3, top 4 all night long. Tell us about your race.
O Boborema falou que você andou muito bem durante a corrida e fez na estreia um top 3. O que você achou?
Boa noite a todos, pessoal da cabine, aos 15 primeiros, pessoal que está assistindo. Foi fantástico. Não estava esperando fazer um top 3 já na primeira etapa que eu estou aqui participando. Fiquei super contente. O campeonato legal, de 125 voltas, 2 amarelas. Foi perfeito. E o final eu tentei alongar a corrida, o stint, tentei alongar ao máximo, já pensando se acontecer alguma coisa, se não ia fazer só um splash go. E no final aconteceu a amarela, tinha 2 pilotos só na volta do líder, então foi trocar os 4 e tentar sorte, mas largando por fora seria bem difícil. E deixar os parabéns para o José Gonzalez pela vitória, o Troy Edson e a todos que correram. Gostaria de agradecer o meu patrocinador, Castrol, Steam Paz e Backwash Filmes. Mandar um abraço lá pro pessoal lá da DR, equipe do Brasil, os corredores brasileiros, a todos. E mandar um abraço lá em especial pro Mike e pro Clayton Lauren que participaram da corrida comigo. Abraço. Obrigado.
Okay, guys, he was saying he's very happy on his debut, and he was trying to take care of his tire on the long runs. He was believing they're gonna have a lot of yellow flags because was Dover, but that was surprising. As, 2 or 3 yellow on the race, and in the end of the race he tries to trash as much that I can, and luckily for him he got a yellow flag on the end, because if not he's definitely gonna need to make another pit stop. And in the end, on the restart he was outside, and and in the tray he did a good jump right behind Jose, and there was pretty much that's what he can do in the time. And he won the Say Tanko, his sponsor Castrol, his teammates, and yeah, he's really happy with a top 3 position on his debut.
Absolutely. Great performance to Junior there tonight. Pedro, next week we've got Talladega. Asked if he's prepared for the high banks of Alabama at next week.
Borborema, semana que vem será Talladega. Tô querendo saber se você vai estar devidamente preparado para o Super Speedway. Borborema?
Oi, desculpa. Vou estar preparado sim. Acredito que é uma etapa que talvez tenha um pouco mais de dificuldade por causa de idioma, amizades. Então, por causa do vácuo. Então, treinar um pouco mais, treinar o vácuo e tentar estar no lugar certo, na hora certa, para tentar conquistar uma boa posição no final aí da corrida.
Yeah, he was saying he's going to be prepared for the race, but that will be hard for him because they're going to need to try and make friends on the track, because to try walk the draft. But he said he's gonna try make some friends on the track and try put his 82 car on the front.
After tonight's race, I don't think Junior will have a problem finding friends next week at Dega. There you have it, folks. Junior, third place finisher in a very exciting race at Dover, the Monster Mile. Now, chasing him down, first win of the Truck Series belongs to Jose Gonzalez. Jose, what a performance, and way to make that gas stretch, man.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I'm happy to get the win here in the trucks. It's the first time I have the Palpita paint scheme there. It's new business I got with we make gyros and stuff. So I was expecting to do well. I always do well in Dover, and I saved my tires for a long time, and I took a chance there. I was hoping for a caution, so I just waited till I ran out of fuel. That last, I don't know, I think it was 20 to go or 10 to go. I only had 2 laps of fuel left when that caution came out. I was about to pit and just take a gallon or 2 of fuel and keep going. Hopefully, I get a little advantage there for just taking fuel. And, I took a chance and it worked for me. Most of the time it doesn't, so this time it did.
Absolutely. And Jose, next week, Talladega. I mean, what do you think? You think Junior's going to have any problems finding friends on the racetracks at Dega for his first performance here tonight in the WCIParts.com Truck Series? Man, great run by everyone, but Junior, Jose, had a great truck tonight. And you think he'll have any problems finding a hookup buddy at Dega?
I doubt so. I mean, he may be new to this league, but many of us know him from iRacing, and he's been around a long time, and we know he's a clean, great racer. So I don't think he's, it's all about Talladega. It's all about finding a partner, not only on the beginning of the race, but at the end. You usually have to find your own partner at the last minute, and as long as you're a clean racer and you can hold your line, you'll find a friend.
Absolutely, and of course, Jose Gonzalez, you are 13th spot in the point standings, and after tonight's win, surely to crack the top 10. Anyone you'd like to thank for tonight before we head on off?
Yeah, all the Sim 500 admins. I mean, they have been working pretty hard these all these weeks and a couple of months on the making. Every race they put a good effort, and they're trying really hard to make this the Premier League in iRacing, and Joey Gattina and Mike Kelly and the rest of the guys, they are doing an excellent job, and hats off to everybody who makes it happen.
There you have it, folks. Winner of race number 4 at the Monster Mile, Jose Gonzalez. 4 different winners. Can we keep the routine alive and have a 5th place or a 5th new winner next week at Talladega? You've been watching Yellow Flag TV's live coverage of the Sim 500 WCI Parts.com Truck Series. For me, Michael Keaton, and Pedro Mega, we'll see you in Alabama next Wednesday night.
Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash and see if we'd let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.